Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be playing a new game on the channel, and that is Planet Coaster 2. Now we've actually played Planet Coaster 1 before. We started a couple of parks that have not been finished yet, and hopefully in the process of making this series I can actually go through and finish those. But I was just thinking that with the holidays and the game being on discount, that I thought I'd buy it and that we would play it together. As always, let's get right into it and start a new park. So let's not do sandbox or franchise. Yeah, let's not do a franchise or a sandbox or a career. I want to do a challenge. I want to have some sort of incentive to keep this park running. So let's get a new park going, and let's pick a biome. We have Taiga, Mediterranean, temperate, or tropical. Let's do we gotta think of our theme that we want to do. I'm feeling kind of tropical. You know, there's actually water parks in this game. I forgot to mention that. There are water parks, so let's stick with tropical, and we can always change the biome with theming if we feel like it. So let's name our challenge park, and let's set a difficulty. Let's go with Extreme theme parks. What we call the Extreme theme park, and we have to reach 5 stars to complete challenge mode. Okay, so there's actually a completion of this, and I'm assuming it'll stop. I'm guessing that's just like platinuming the game, getting 5 stars. But there are levels of difficulty, so they're easy, and then increase starting cash for easy, reduce guest needs, reduce sunburn. Reduce sunburn. They have to worry about that now? Interesting. Reduced fair pay for staff, reduced guest refunds, starts demolished refunds. I think I'm going to start with easy, and I can make different series for the difficulty. So if we finish the easy one, we can move on to medium and then hard as we go on. So I think that was my big mistake with my last parks. I started on like hard or medium, and I just couldn't take it on my first like playthrough, and so I ended up either losing money or getting into a really bad spot. So let's start off easy and let's create our park. Let's launch the Extreme theme park. I'm very excited to play this game. I hope everybody else is excited to watch it as much as I am to play it. It looks beautiful. Beautiful. Stunning. Completely stunning. Wow. So this is our entire theme park. Looks like to come out of the theme park, you have to come out of these weird transportation vehicles. The sounds are really loud, but I hope that's not bothering you guys. Yeah, just come out of these like futuristic Zootopia transit buses, and we're off on our Extreme theme park. I love the like drop down bar for this. Everything about this is really cool. So also there's, yeah, the research is now like this. Cool. I like that. Instead of last with the regular Planet Coaster, you would just look up a certain theme and it would just give you a random one. But now you can actually work up, there's levels to it. I like that. I like that a lot better. And there's launch coasters, special coasters. And then obviously at the end there are some ones that are pretty cool. Looks like a one piece, and it'll drop you down once you get all the way up to the top. So we have 30,000 to work with. Our park value is sitting at 130,000. I like that it actually appreciates your park value. So you start out with your cash, and I'm guessing the more that we put in money, it'll either go down in value or go up depending on how much we are making. That's cool. And we can obviously take out loans. Let's see what we could actually take out. We can take out up to 62,000, but we have to take debt, a sales cut. Oh, that's cool. So the higher loan you take, the more of a sales cut you take on your park. That's cool. I love how in-depth this game is. It is just, they really took it to a new level. Frontier knows how to make a game. And there's heat maps too. There's just so much. I'm sorry if this is a lot for you guys, but none of this was in Planet Coaster 1, so I'm just figuring this out. What do we want to do to start out this theme park? Now, if you don't know me, I am not into blueprints. I'm not gonna be setting down any blueprints. Any coaster that we build is going to be all natural, baby. Not a single blueprint will be added. Now I can take inspiration off of a blueprint, but I'm not gonna use a blueprint. That's just too lazy, and I'm not here to do that. Okay, let's put in a grand carousel right at the very start of the map. I want to start out nice and easy. You know, obviously the front of the park is going to be more kids than it's going to be adults. Actually, let's get a path out first. Let's get angle snap on if it's not already. Yeah, let's get that going. And let's get a big, wide... Let's get a nice, big, wide opening immediately, right off the bat. I do actually like those tiles. That's not a bad tile for this. Okay, let's get a nice, wide, open area. And then I do want to sort of have like two branching areas. Oh, we could do like a curve. Yeah. I like that. Okay. And let's do something... Do something like this. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, and then, yeah, let's do something like that. Let's get ourselves a curve. I have no idea if this is completely even or not. That doesn't look even. Does that look even? I have no idea. Alright, well, we have our nice little, like, tuning fork, it looks like. Yeah, we have our nice little tuning fork. I think that's even. Does that look even? That's gonna bug me if not. It doesn't really matter. It really doesn't. Alright, let's, yeah, we've already took too much time. So let's just place down a carousel. And let's do it right here in the center. So let's go like so, right here. Okay, we'll plop that down. If we don't like the placement, we can always put it fix it for later. But for right now, I think we're gonna keep it like that. And then let's make our exit. Let's put our exit in the back somewhere. We want people to not funnel towards the front of the park. We want them to go away. So let's go here. Nice. Okay, we got to connect them up. So we got our queue path. And let's just kind of get creative with this. So let's go maybe a little curve this way and then bring it on back. Let's get another curve going this way. I want this to be fairly long for a queue line, purely because I want it to be accessible to a lot of people. I don't want the queue line to be blocked up and then people are just complaining because they have no place to go. So let's connect that up and that should be good. We're gonna do sort of like a half. So we'll go here. And then we'll make it straight. Let's do pointed. Let's make it smile. Let's try and connect the path like so. Let's do a draw tool. Actually, you know what? We can do a draw tool. Are we serious? Do you think that looks practical? Does that look practical to anybody else? Sure doesn't look practical to me. Alright, we need this to, it's because I have the height on. Do I have height? I don't know what I'm doing. These things are killing me. Okay, you know what? It doesn't look bad. It looks fine. It may be bugging me, but it really just doesn't matter. We need to be connecting this back up anyways. So let's connect our path back up. And let's get a shorter path. Connect that back up. Nice. Okay. And then what we need from there is we need to add power. So this power generator, does it go on the side? How far can it go? And why can't I see anything? Alright, and then I guess just like a power cable. And hook it up to the ride. Is it hooked? Yeah, there we go. That's a lot better. Alright, so we're hooked up now? No power. Add a power facility. Oh, okay. Did I just do it? Does that have power now? Okay, it has power. Hang on. Hang on. I've got it. I've got it all figured out. We're going to move it right here, and then we're just going to hide it with like foliage and stuff. But now we've got power. Okay, that took way too long. Way too long to figure out. Bargain. Ticket price, bargain. The price that all your guests will be willing to pay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So it's kind of just like market price, which is fine. That's exactly what I want. No staff room available. So now we need a staff room. Okay. Let's go to facilities. Staff facilities. So there's different workshops now. So there's a mechanic workshop. There's a staff building. Large, which is $500. And there is a medium and a small. Let's stick with small just because it has the least amount of power that it needs to be used. And let's have the staff building connect to the generator area, just so it is a lot easier to build. I have genuinely no idea what I'm doing here. If I say I know what I'm doing, I'm lying through my teeth. Okay, that is ugly. What? Is that my only staff path that I can do? Ugh, that is so nasty. Why is it like that? Oh, it's so nasty. Like, it's all so nice and mosaic. And then you get to here and it's just hexagons. And it's different coloring. Oh, it's disgusting. That is so disgusting. Okay, well, all we have is some sort of like padded, like white cell. This is a torture room. Why would anybody ever want to go here to chill? Alright, well, we don't have any staff to be worrying about this. I'm going to hit pause because I have no idea what I'm doing. Probably. Okay, we will plop down a mechanic. And we have a staff occupancy of 4. So we have a mechanic, a janitor. Let's put down a janitor. Okay, we have ourselves a janitor. And then we can probably put down one more vending thingy. Let's get a facility going. Let's get a drink facility. Or any sort of facility, I guess. It doesn't really matter. Let's do... You know what? I probably should have done a big staff facility Purely because we're gonna need probably 2. We're gonna need a food and drink stand. Unless we do 2 back to back. Let's get our demolishing tool out. Let's just completely demolish everything in this area. Get this tree gone. Can I delete this tree? Is this tree immortal? Hello? Alright. Let's just click on it personally and demolish it. Okay, so here's what we need. We need a food and drink. We're not gonna do a counter. Let's do a shop. Let's do a chief beef. Where are we gonna put this? So you know what? We're gonna have our food and drink right here. Right on Main Street. And we're gonna have 1. Oh, but this has power right here. We're gonna have to, okay, we need another generator. We need another generator. Wait, but this is fine. Okay, so, oh, I got it. Okay, I got it. So the generator only powers certain areas. So maybe if I'll have to run like some power lines down here to power it. But so for right now, let's not worry about where we're putting it. So we'll just put one right here, and then we'll get a cosmic cow, or a drink, yeah. Cosmic cow milkshake, or a gulpy soda. Let's get a gulpy soda. Shop. I think that's the exact same right across from each other. Okay. Lovely. Let's also get a restroom. Where is the restroom? Services. Okay. Body dryer? Nah. This is not like a handmade car wash. Changing rooms? Oh, that's probably for like a theme or like a water park. Guest services shop. Now let's do a toiletries. And let's do we'll do 1 here. Yeah, we'll do 1 here, and then we'll probably do, okay, I'm doing everything wrong. So I need to just completely get rid of this, and then let's add a staff room right here. And let's get a small staff room going right with that. There we go. That's nice. Nice and organized. And then let's get our paths. And let's connect our paths. Alright, trying to line this up as best as possible. But I think I did pretty good for myself. Alright, so we have our stuff connected. Looks pretty good. We can open this. Open this. Make sure that's open. Make sure that everything's opened. Make sure that the prices are on bargain. Yeah, I want it on bargain. Yeah, okay. So we're all on bargain. Everything is opened. Does everything have power? Yeah, looks like everything's using power. Good. So one thing that I want to do before I hit press play again is I have a janitor. I have workers. Yeah. So they get auto-hired now. You don't have to add one if you added a new thing. In Planet Coaster 1, you had to add new ones each time. I want to add trash bins and some benches really quickly while I have my attention span focused on that. Let's just do barrels. Let's do barrels. Okay, so let's get 1 at the end here. 1 at the end here. And let's get 1 over here as well. And 1 over here as well. And then let's get a bench for people to sit on. Nope. Nah. Nope. Maybe? Actually, I don't mind that. This is going to be our benches. And let's put 1 here. And 1 here. Let's put 1 on each side of a bin. Anytime you see a trash can, just expect... Let's put an angle snap on. Yes. Anytime you expect to see a trash bin, just expect a bench to be right next to it. That's going to be my rule. It's like Walt Disney. Alright, I know it looks pretty pale looking as of right now, and there's a lot of trash cans, as you can see, scattered around. but just trust the process. Just kind of getting the stuff, the blueprints laid down. Once we put more like greenery and shrubbery around, you obviously won't see the trash cans. Like if you were to take out all the greenery in Disney World, you'd see a million trash cans, but you don't see them because they're covered up by a lot of greenery, especially when you're like an aerial view. So don't be worrying about that. All right, let's put some scenery in. There is no scenery. 6% scenery, if that's what I read right. Oh, I forgot to name the carousel itself. Let's name this we're gonna call this the Horsey Gallop. And if you want to go on the Horsey Gallop, you can. And I want to change the colors on it. You know, I kind of like that. Kind of looks like a circus. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna leave it as that. If you want to go on the Horsey Gallop, it is now open. Let's put in some scenery for this. Let's do forest trees. Do I want forest trees? Yeah, let's get some forest trees going. Nice. So yeah, that's actually not what I wanted. Huh. I actually really like this feature. That's really cool. Obviously, get the trees away that obstruct the view of the. Okay, well, I have a big problem. I hit avoid pass, and I forgot that meant that the trees were just gonna grow inside of themselves. Let's move this one just a little bit over. Let's move you here. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. Already looking like a lot more spectacular than what it was at the very start. So, now obviously as we're clearing through, we'll take some trees out, but I'm gonna leave that for now. That looks awesome. We're finally getting low though. We have $10,000 left to spend, and I do want to get some rocks in. Let's just kind of layer them around the area. Cool. Yeah, let's get some, if I can, let's try and get some small rocks here. I don't think I can. I do like the forest plants. Let's obviously change that and bring our intensity up just a little bit. So basically this is where I'm at right now with my park scenery. You got the nice like foresty area. This is the entrance. Whenever you walk in, this is what you see. See these nice planters, and then you've got your food area, your food court. As tiny as it is, it's still just a starter up. And then you'll enter through the ride. You'll ride your ride, and then you know, you can't even really see the power generator because it's covered up by the rocks. But then you got all this nice wooded area and all the scenery around it. I really do like the scenery. If I need to change it, I will change it. And I'm certain I will change it in the future, but with just the little amount of money that we have left, I wanted to do one last thing before I ended off this episode. Was I wanted to build a little building or covering for the like food court area. And so I'm just gonna get working on that, and I'll see you once I'm finished. Okay, so it looks like I am finally done with the food court area. Both of the buildings came out pretty nicely. I think I'm very pleased with both of them. Um, they were very difficult to make personally because I think I suck at building, but it was a fun build. Wasn't that difficult once I started to get the layout, but just thinking of what to build and just how to get it done was pretty tricky. But I do like the finished result. I think this will be a pretty good starting out area, and it can last me for probably a while. It's a very nice main street area now. I feel like this is a very comfy park now, and we can start to hit play and to make some money. I'm feeling pretty good about the future of this park. Yeah, maybe in the next episode we can have our park start playing and we can start to make some money and funnel in some more people. We've only got 37 people and only $1,900, but in the next episode we will start to expand and build and see how our park runs for the first time, to see if we're actually making steady income. I do like the start. It's a very solid start. So guys, this will be the end of the episode. I hope everybody has enjoyed the very first episode of my new coaster park in Planet Coaster 2. As always, if you guys like my content, feel free to like and subscribe. That would help me out, and I would greatly appreciate that. So yeah, I hope everybody has a great rest of their day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.